What up, world? Established Rich coming right back at you. Tonight, I want to take you into an alternate universe. Because right now, on what would have been his birthday, we're going to ask the questions we all been asking for decades. What if Tupac Shakur survived? What if he walked out of that hospital in Las Vegas? What if Biggie never got shot in LA? What if hip-hop's two most important figures were still alive in 2025? I'm going to walk you through exactly what I think might have happened. September 7th, 1996, Vegas. After the Tyson fight, the shooting still happens. The black BMW, the white Cadillac pulls up, the gunshots ring out, but tonight, he survives. Tupac rushed into the ICU. The world waits 6 days of silence. The media goes crazy. And then, he opens his eyes. When Tupac leaves that hospital, it's not the same Tupac that walked in. He's alive, but he's changed. His mind is different. His body is weaker, but his spirit is stronger. He realizes, I cheated death. This becomes his second chance, but the world around him is still moving fast. The streets are still dangerous, and the police are still waiting. Remember, before the shooting, Pac was still under legal pressure. He still had that SA case. He still had lawsuits pending. The shooting didn't erase that. But because of his near-death experience, the public sympathy skyrockets. Juries look at him different. The system moves different. And the charges begin to reduce. With his health on the line, his lawyers negotiate fines, probation, house arrest, but no prison. Now, pay attention because this is where things get real. After healing, Tupac and Suge Knight split. Their relationship fractures. Pac starts seeing the traps of death row, the control, the violence, the money mismanagement. And remember, this is a new Pac. He's seen the edge. He wants something bigger now. He leaves death row quietly and starts his own company, Euphoria Entertainment. Full independence, full ownership. Partnered with Interscope, but 100% controlled by him. And here's where the culture changes. See, with Pac alive, Biggie never gets killed in 1997. The East Coast, West Coast beef begins to fade. The media loses control of the narrative, and the labels stop feeding the fire. And slowly, Pac and Biggie talk. A private meeting happens outside of cameras. A mutual friend brings them together. They speak, they squash the tension. Not best friends, but no longer enemies. And like that, the war is over. Now listen close, because his album run was insane. 1997, Aftermath, the rebirth of Machiavelli. Pac talked survival, pain, loyalty, betrayal. The album debuts at number 1. 1999, The Redemption Code. Pac addresses Black America straight on. Police brutality, prison reform, education, economic power. In 2001, Pac and Biggie do the unthinkable. The Commission Project. Yes, a joint album. Executive produced by Dr. Dre and DJ Premier. It shifts the culture. It saves hip-hop from the bubblegum rap era and becomes the definitive peace treaty album in hip-hop. Now let's shift to Hollywood, because Pac didn't just stay in the booth. After Gridlock and Juice, Pac goes full actor. 2000, he takes the role in Train a Day, opposite of Denzel Washington. 2007, he wins his first Oscar for The Ballad of Marcus King, a political biopic. 2012, he directs his first film, A Panther's Blood, about the Black Panther Party. In 2020, he receives his Lifetime Achievement Oscar. Pac is now an acting giant, but music and film was only a part of it. Pac becomes an activist heavyweight, co-founds the Shakur Foundation for Youth Empowerment, meets with Barack Obama during his first Senate run, marches during the Trayvon Martin protests, front lines Ferguson in 2014. And now Pac is openly discussing running for office, not president, but senator of California. He never wants to be a politician, but he becomes a kingmaker behind the scenes. In the 2020s, Pac becomes what Ali was to sports, the moral compass of Black America. He sits down with the young rappers. He becomes a voice for mental health in the Black community. The industry changed because of him. And now we reach 2025. Tupac Shakur, 54 years old, multiple Grammys, multiple Oscars, multi-billionaire from his own enterprise, untouchable respect and global influence, a leader, a voice, a survivor, a symbol of what could have been. Ladies and gentlemen, the reality is Tupac's death was not just a personal loss. It was a loss for the culture, for hip-hop, for Black America, and for the world. Because had he survived, we wouldn't just be talking about one of the greatest rappers. We would be talking about one of the most important Black leaders of our generation. Like, comment, subscribe, Established Rich. I'll be back with another one. Peace.